If I refuse and rebel, I will be devoured by the sword. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. So, he said, I put before you this day, good and evil. And he said, choose which you're going to serve. He said, he set before you this day, good and evil. He gave some other choices. Then death and life. He gave us the answer. So it's an open book test. Choose life. Although I'm giving you a choice, but still, that's a loving God. He gives us a choice and still turns around and gives us the answer. He tells us to choose. He leaves it up to us to choose. That's right. But he's so loving. He so loves us till he gives us the thing to do. I don't want you to die and go to hell, so I'm going to just tell you. Choose life. Don't choose death. Choose before you good and evil. Death and life. Choose life. Choose all the things that's going to give you life and life more abundantly. God does not just want us to live. He wants to live happy. Live a happy life. And when I heard the man of God, Joel Osteen, talking about whatever we say, that's the turn our life is going to take. If we wake up in the morning, he said, and I know the word of God tells us that. If we wake up in the morning and we say, oh, I don't feel good today, I feel lousy, not this man, I don't feel like talking, whatever we say, and we don't out loud out of our mouth, that's what we're going to have. We'll have whatever we say, whatever we voice out loud, that's what we're going to have. But we're not to say how we feel. We say how the things that we want, the way we want to feel, and say out of our mouth the things that we want, not the things if we were feeling bad. Don't say we're feeling bad, because we're just going to feel worse. Whatever it is, don't say that if something negative. Don't say the negative things. We're going to have whatever we say, whatever we say. And I heard him use the analogy about a friend of his that every time he saw the man, asked him, how you doing? Well, Joel, I'm going bald and I'm just head full of hair. He said a few years down the road, the man was stone bald, just bald head full of hair first. But he kept saying he's going bald, I'm going bald. And so it was, he was going bald, he finally got there. Well, so whatever we say, and continue to say it, and continue to say it, and continue to say it, keep on. That's what we're going to have. So I believe I took that even for my children when I would say, I get angry, saying about something, I said, now you smart enough to know that you were doing this wrong. You know that. Stop pretending you don't know. And otherwise I could still say it. When you're angry, you call them, I can say other words. But I don't want to give those words life. Whatever we say, we're bringing life to the words that we say. Whatever it is, I don't care what it is. If it's negative things, we're giving life to that. Our voice, when we say it out loud, we're giving life to it. So I don't want to give life to nothing negative and stupid and silly. If I don't want that kind of stuff in my life, I can't give access to it coming in. Because I'm going to have whatever, you're going to have whatever you say. If you say you're sick all the time, you're going to be sick all the time. I don't feel, you're going to never feel good, you ain't going to never feel good, so keep saying it. But, and there's times I had to catch myself. I've said, well, I don't feel good right now, but I'm going to feel good before the day is over. Because I want to reverse that. And I really don't want to say I don't feel good no more. I just want to say what I want. If I want to feel good, I feel great. Because God He respects us so much that He gives us what we want. When we say it out loud, thinking on it is different, but when we speak it out loud, we're going to have just what we say. So, not what somebody else say about us, what we say about our own self. Somebody don't like me, they call me anything they want to call me. It's what I say that counts. So I don't even care about what they say. It says, for wives, this is the last part of the submission we had here. John 14 and 15. For any married woman, I know I'm speaking to other married women out there, and maybe some engaged to be married, whatever, but this is what it says for wives. John 14:15. Because I really love the Lord, because I really love the Lord, I would keep obeying, in other words, His commandments. His commandments are not grievous. Nothing wrong with God. They're not hard to Him. They're not hard, in other words, to do. Anything God tells us to do, He's already given us. It's already in us to do it. And so we can do it. 1 Peter 3:1 and 2. Last verse. This is the one really for. I am submissive to my husband and adapt myself to him. I conduct myself with purity and modesty. I reverence my husband, and that includes respect, honor, esteem, appreciation. I prize him highly. I admire him. I am devoted to him. I deeply love and enjoy my husband. This is something why women say have to be walking in. But if they read, anyone who read this kind of scripture, we say it and keep saying it. It's not, it has nothing to do with you're not there yet. You just keep saying it because you want to get there. And God, if we keep doing it, He'll help us to get there. So when we're submissive, many also talks about husband submission also, but I didn't have those scriptures written down. Being submissive to a husband is just like being submissive to the Lord. And you have to adapt yourself to your husband. I conduct myself with purity and modesty. Now, I heard so many women being abused, and they tried to be submissive and do what the man say, but they was being abused. But God won't take that up with that man. And it doesn't, you don't have to, a person does not have to submit to being abused. That's not what this scripture is talking about. If the person is being abused, you don't have to submit to that and keep on obeying a man and he's abusing you. But it's talking about a husband, a parent that would treat his wife right, and then it's not hard to adapt yourself to him and conduct yourself with purity and modesty, reverence, and include respect. That means you don't say everything and do everything. Honor that man, esteem him, say good things to him, and appreciate him, prize him highly, and admire him. I was talking to, maybe I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it, talking to my sister, the one that lives in Daytona. She called me night before last, I think it was, and she was letting me know she had to go to her sister-in-law's funeral. I didn't feel like talking to her, but she called kind of late, but I still talked to her anyway. And I was telling her that my husband cooks and served the food to me. And she said, that's a good man. She said, ain't too many men do that. And she said, my husband sure didn't do that for me. And so that kind of thing, sometimes, if a husband is doing that, any kind of good thing like that, people recognize that. Now, if I was the type where I didn't appreciate that, I would say, I wouldn't tell him thank you or nothing. I was just, some women don't appreciate nothing. The man can be as good as he want to be, and they still not, it's not enough, in other words. They just keep finding fault with every little thing, and somebody else can recognize the goodness in the man. While you sitting around, while that woman is sitting around seeing the other side that they don't like or whatever, back again that 80-20. But the 80%, which is the good part, that's the part we need to dwell on. Never mind the 20% that we're not getting. We're getting the highest percent. We're getting the highest percent, which is the good part. So I thought about what she was saying. And not that I wasn't showing appreciation, I appreciate it and always tell him thank you. And I really be meaning that when I say it. So all these things is written in the Bible concerning gentleness, being gentle and submissive, saying things disagreeing in a gentle way and not being disagreeable. But you can disagree without being disagreeable. Some people can't do that. We have to ask the Lord to help us. When we disagree with somebody, it's a way to disagree. Say, well, I see your point, but you know what? Because sometimes they have to see your point. Well, I can see what you're saying, but also this, and you tell them what it is. And that's disagreeing without being disagreeable.